Hi guys, welcome to another video from Ambassadors of Science. So we sell a lot of these water beads at different events and online like usual, and we kind of have it because it's like a bit of a sciencey thing. And obviously this is what water beads turn into. So basically in our packets here, so they're just £1 a packet, but you get about 1,000 beads in each packet. You get transparent ones as well, which people often use at weddings or in flowers. They basically turn into this once actually put into about into a big container of water. So this is probably about the maximum size they get to, maybe a little bit bigger. You can get larger ones as well, but I tend to find that they kind of crack and fall apart just because the polymer, which is what it is. So they're polymer water beads, and they just basically beads of plastic that absorb water into big balls, and if you actually leave them out for a week or so, they'll just evaporate and they'll just go back to their original state, like these little plastic bits in here. And I think you can probably do that for a few times actually. I've never really tried it myself. I've only had it happen, kind of like by accident, I suppose. But you can actually do that. And this is actually the same chemical, it's the same acetate, and it's the same stuff that you find in the bottom of babies' nappies. So it's also the same stuff that we make fake snow out of. But it's just basically made in a different way. So obviously this absorbs water, and you can see it in this bowl here in terms of the fact that it's actually carrying the water. So it's the same thing with the actual chemical at the bottom of the baby's nappies. It's just a powder, and that obviously absorbs their wee when they've actually done their business in their nappy, for example. So yeah, so basically they look like this. Ignore my massive hand there. So yeah, they're just like jelly, wet, slimy balls. So often they're used for like sensory play. You might put maybe like a third, or I usually say a quarter of a packet. So on the instructions here, it just says to soak a quarter of a packet in a bowl of water, leave for at least 4 hours, keep adding water until fully absorbed, depending on how much water you've put in there in the first place. So just use your common sense. Obviously, a lot of people have a big that often make like a washing up bowl full of them, and the kids will put their hands in it and just play with them, and it's like that sensory touch. It's kind of wet and slimy and gooey, but kind of like a big ball pool is in essence really. Often some people make them like that, and then they'll put them in the bath afterwards. Obviously they have to be made first, obviously, unless you want a cold bath. Obviously, you decide. But obviously it says leave for 4 hours, and then obviously until it's fully absorbed. And also this bit here, which is rather important, not suitable for children under 36 months. If you want to use it for someone under 3, a lot of them do use it like in a preschool thing with 1 or 2 year olds and that kind of thing. That's fine. I mean, as long as you're there and you're not obviously not going to leave a baby unattended anyway. But it's that kind of idea. So it's that sort of stuff really. But yeah, it's just to put the hands in. You can put the feet in it and squash it down and that kind of thing. I mean, they are quite bouncy and they do go everywhere, but lots of people really like them. But I often get questions at events what they are, what they're for, and that kind of thing. So I thought, well, I'll just make a quick video and let you know what they are. But no, they're really quite good fun, and obviously we sell slime kits, but we also sell lots of other kits and activities to schools and to individuals as well, both online and in person. So just thought I'd tell you what that's about. When people actually use them at weddings, they use generally the clear ones. We do have clear ones as well, but I don't tend to take them with me to such things because this is more for kids really. But when they're actually transparent, if you put them into like flowers and stuff by the window, because it's transparent, it's like the effect of glass or something transparent where the actual sun penetrates it, and then obviously it reflects back, and it kind of brings more light into that particular area. So often people will have the clear ones, the transparent ones, in like say a flower pot by the window, and it just means that the photosynthesis happens a bit quicker. You're getting more light and more energy to that plant, so therefore it grows a bit better, and that kind of thing. And also once they've actually dissolved, they're actually adding water to the plant as well. So it's another way, like say if you're going on holiday and you didn't have time to water your plants, you could do it that way as well. That's one way of doing it. It penetrates the light, and it also means it's going to grow. And actually when all the water comes out of those water balls, they're going to go back into the plant anyway. And then once you actually come back off holiday, you can water it again, and again they're going to inflate with water, and they're going to go back to that state, if that makes sense. But anyway, so that's what they are. So they're for playing with, they're for sensory needs, they're good for kids with autism, they're good for preschoolers, good for adults, they're good for everyone really. Lots of people like them. So that's basically what they are. We sell them for £1 a packet. It's 1,000 in a packet, and they're very popular. So yeah, so that's all you have to do. Anyway, it's the end of today's video. Thanks very much. Bye bye.